Do you know the name Adol Christin? Ah, Adol Christin. From the time he left his homeland at age 16 to the final years of his life, he surrendered each and every day of his existence to fate, wandering the world in search of his next adventure. His exploits have been meticulously chronicled in over 100 volumes of personal travelogue, detailing where he'd been, what he learned, and what he accomplished thereat. These are not tall tales, but factual accounts. Each volume is comprised of a simple, honest assessment of events, with an emotional detachment that affords the reader a certain degree of personal interpretation. Yet, despite Adol's dry and humble candor, all who read of these brave new worlds, these exotic landscapes and encounters, come away from the experience deeply affected. Indeed, 'tis as if the reader is right there with him, feeling just as he must have felt. The events I shall now recount took place a mere 3 years after Adol Christin set out on his first adventure. Collectively, these accounts are known as the Felghana Archives. I invite you to take up Adol's sword as if it were your own, and allow yourself to become immersed within his words. Imagine if you were he.
Well, Adol, here we are. This is Felghana. I was hoping we'd get here a little earlier in the day, but I wasn't expecting the waters to be so rough. Still, this place does bring back memories. Hard to believe it's really been 8 years since I left. There's Margot, I always called her Mams, and old Gardner, not to mention Chester and Elena. I wonder how they're doing after all this time. Oh man, what the hell happened here? This monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys. It's a relic of the old religion, from when people believed that spirits existed even in stuff that wasn't alive. I just don't get why anyone would deface it like this, though. I guess maybe the rumors really are true. What was that? It came from over there. Hey, wait up, Adol! Damn it, left behind again. Oh, no, what? Oh, you gotta be kidding me! What the hell are monsters doing in Felghana?
Monsters? Here? What are they doing this close to town? Chester? Excuse me. Thank you very much for saving me. You're a traveler, aren't you? Are you hurt at all?
Hey! Are you alright, Adol? Right when you ran off, I got attacked by monsters too. I'd like to know what the hell those things are doing in Felghana. Whoops! Excuse me. I guess they must have been after you. Are you okay, miss? You don't look like you're hurt, at least. Huh? What's wrong? Something on my face? Am I, like, covered in monster gore? We should probably get moving and head to town before we're attacked again. I can't say I recognize your face, but you've got to live in Redmont, I figure—
Dogi? I knew it! I must be dreaming! Dogi, you're actually back! What have you been doing all this time?
Hey, hold on a second now. You obviously know me, but do I know you?
How can you even say that? You, me, and my brother used to play together all the time when we were kids. Don't you dare tell me you've forgotten.
Oh, no way! When I last saw you, you were just a skinny little tomboy!
Well, that was 8 years ago. I'm 17 now.
Man, you sure are.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? It's nice to meet you, and again, thank you very much for your help. My name is Elena. Elena Stoddart.
Elena, where have you been? You had me worried sick, staying out so late.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
It's okay, Elena. As long as you're all right, we'll pretend this never happened. So, who are your two friends? I don't believe I recognize either one of them.
Look a little closer. You'll get it in a second.
Huh?
Hey there, Gardner! Still standing at the gate like always, I see.
Wait! Dogie! Is that really you?
Yeah, I guess I've been a little out of touch. Sorry.
My favorite little troublemaker has come home! Where have you been all this time? And what have you been up to?
Well, you know, wandering, killing monsters, saving the world. The usual. Anyway, I brought a pal of mine along. Go on, Adol, introduce yourself.
Adol introduced himself to Gardner.
An adventurer, eh? Well, that's certainly a rarity. But from the looks of that sword on your belt, I can tell you're no amateur.
No, he's quite remarkable. I was attacked by monsters just now, and he came right to my rescue.
Is that a fact? Well then, you have my thanks, good sir. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's the problem with gate duty. You miss all the real trouble out in the field.
Does raise a point worth discussing, though. Why are there monsters here in the first place? We'd heard rumors that Felghana's fallen on hard times, but I had no idea it'd gotten so bad.
Yeah, things certainly aren't looking up these days. It's been pretty bad for around a year now. We're rarely visited by anyone anymore as a result. No travelers, no merchants.
Man, that sucks.
Well, it's getting late. You can tell me all about where you've been and what you've done come morning. For now, you should head on in and get some sleep. I bet you're exhausted after what you've been through.
This place sure hasn't changed much either. I used to live and work at this inn when I was a kid. I owe Mams a lot for looking after me back then. Hey, Elena, go get Chester, would you? I haven't seen him in so long, and we can't have a reunion party if everyone's not here.
I'm sorry. He's not in town right now.
What? Oh, no way! Oh well, what can you do? He's probably pretty busy.
I'm afraid I'll be taking my leave for the night as well. My long absence likely had a few people worried, so I really should let them know I'm okay.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll be fine here for the night. We're probably gonna hang out a little before we go to bed. By the way, are you and Chester still living with the mayor?
Oh no, he and I have a house on the edge of town now. It's just...
Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing, really. I guess I'll be off then. It was nice to meet you, Adol, and good to see you again, Dogie. I know you two must be tired from your journey. Please, take it easy and get some rest, okay?
She's acting kind of strange. Probably just been a rough day for her. Man, though, she sure has filled out nicely. And she's got that whole childhood friend thing going for her, too. Now, who am I kidding, though? She's gonna fall for you, not for me. That's always how it goes. Let's just get inside.
Dogie? I can't believe it! It's really you! My little nightmare's come home! And look at those muscles! You've grown so big! Last time I saw you, you were just a pudgy little brat.
Yeah, it's me. I'm back. You're looking well.
You know, I haven't heard a peep out of you since you left. Would it be so much to ask for some kind of contact? A letter at least if you couldn't visit.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'ams.
Well, I always figured you'd do well for yourself. It certainly is nice to see you back safely, though. And you're a friend of Dogi's, then?
Adol gave his name and explained that he had been traveling with Dogi for quite some time.
I see. Well, thank you for looking after our little wayward wanderer. Unfortunately, you've arrived at a pretty bad time. Lots of unpleasant business going on lately. But still, happy events like these are rare, so I intend to enjoy this while I can.
Ma'ams.
You two boys must be hungry. Let me fix you up a nice big meal. And you'd better clean your plates if you know what's good for you.
So then, how is the investigation coming along?
You have nothing to worry about, my lord. We've already confirmed their locations. The Tigray Quarry, the Obern's Ruins, and the Sacred Mountains of Eldurm. All that now remains is to organize the men and begin our search in earnest.
Excellent, excellent. Once I possess what I seek, my might and majesty will be known far and wide. Indeed. Perhaps my homeland could lay claim to all of Europa. Either way, this certainly should be an enjoyable undertaking. Wouldn't you agree?
In your hands, my lord. I'm certain that dream will become a reality.
Indeed it will. Indeed it will. I leave the search in your hands. Make certain it continues without interruption. I expect good news forthwith.
You do me great honor. I pledge you my success, Lord Maguire. I shall see to it that your faith in me is not misplaced.
So, Adol, while I'm here, I think I'm gonna swing by the Eldurm Mountains for a bit to visit my old master. He's the one who taught me everything I know about fighting, back when I was a kid. If anyone would know the reason for all the monsters showing up around here, he'd be the one. I won't be gone long, though. You should relax and tour the town. It's a really nice place. If you have any questions, you can ask Elena. She said her house was on the outskirts of town, so I'm sure it won't be too tough to find. I'm off for now. See you later, buddy.
What do you want with me, stranger? Please, just leave me be. You're too young to have gone deaf. Please, just get out of here. Leave me be.
Welcome. Well, well, what have we here? Are you a traveler by any chance? That sword looks like it's seen a lot of action. You should have it fixed up. This store deals in weapons and armor, along with a handful of our own specially selected curios. The boss is a bit eccentric, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a better smithy anywhere else in the world. He's choosy about his clientele, though, so don't be offended if he turns you away at first. Just keep at him. Welcome. I'm afraid you don't have enough gold. Don't be a stranger. Welcome. Don't be a stranger.
What do you want? I'm Adonis. I own this shop, and if my appearance hasn't given it away yet, I'm happy to confirm that yes, I'm a smithy. Huh. From the looks of that sword, you know what you're doing at least. But I make it a rule to refine weapons and armor for people I like, and only people I like. Sorry, but you may as well just head home.
Good morning, Adol. Is Dogi not with you today?
Adol explained that Dogi had gone to visit his old master in the Elder Mountains.
Oh, well, it's not very nice of him, to be honest. He hasn't even shown you around yet. But that's Dogi for you. 8 years ago, he suddenly decided he simply had to go on a journey of self-discovery. To become a man, he said. I wasn't fond of the idea myself, but Chester sternly opposed it. The two of them got into quite a scuffle. They did make up right as Dogi was about to leave, though. To be honest, I have something I need to tell Dogi. Remember yesterday, when I said Chester was out of town? Well, that's true, but he actually hasn't been back in over 6 months. He left a note for me on the day he vanished. It just said, I won't be back for a while. I haven't heard anything from him at all since then. Not a word. I'm not sure how to tell Dogi, after he came all this way. Sorry. I don't mean to dump all my apprehensions on you. When he gets back, I guess I'll just have to give it to him straight. I'm sure Dogi will take the news well after all he's seen and done with you. As well as he can, anyway.
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Which means you must be Adol, that friend of Dogi's I've been hearing so much about. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Nell, and I'm a devotee of the church. Is it true that you saved Elena from a pack of wild monsters? Words cannot express how thankful we are for that. I've pledged myself to this church for many a year, and have known the Stoddart children since they were very little. They've always regarded me as a big sister to them. Sister with a small s, that is. And I've always regarded them in kind. Which is why traumatic events like last night's unpleasantness affect me so.
Oh, you must be Adol. It's nice to meet you. I'm Father Jean-Pierre, pastor of this church. Elena's had quite a lot to say about you. I understand you're the one who saved her when she was ambushed by a pack of monsters. For that, I must truly thank you, from the bottom of my heart. I'm certain Elena had her reasons for being out so late. She denied any, of course, claiming it was just a flight of fancy. But I feel there's more to it than that. If I pressure her to tell me things she wishes to hide, though, I can see no good coming of it. But I digress. Please forgive me. This is our very first meeting, and here I am babbling away. May God's blessings be with you in your travels. If anything ever troubles you, always remember, the church's doors are open. Come by any time, day or night.
What? How many were there?
I'm not sure, but there were definitely a lot. More than I've ever seen before. Who are you?
Adol introduced himself and asked what was happening.
Monsters started gushing out of one of the deep mine shafts in the Tigre Quarry. That's east of here. We only just barely made it out of there alive. But Mayor Edgar is still inside. So Dewey, that's the head miner, asked me to go into town and get some help. Anybody who's willing and able.
Dogie could do this job easily, but he left town a short while ago. Probably too far away to track him down now. I can't go myself either, since I'm the only one trained in defensive combat around here. I've got to guard the town. Adol, I hate to ask, but we could really use your strength. Would you put your adventurer's skills to use for us and check out the quarry in my place?
Yes, please. It would mean a great deal to me as well. The mayor, Dewey, and even Paul are in grave danger right now. Thank you so much for this. I can't even imagine how to repay you.
We're in your debt, Adol. Here, I've got a map of Felghana. You might need it. You should also make sure you're well prepared, as it sounds like you'll be fighting some monsters in there. Take this, and use it to get your equipment refined. Go talk to Adonis, the town's smithy. Tell him I sent you, or he probably won't give you the time of day. He's a stubborn one, but he knows how to pound metal like nobody's business. Your equipment's in good hands with him. I do hate asking you to put your life at risk for us, but we need you right now. Show us what you're made of, adventurer.
Oh, it's you again. Doesn't matter how many times you talk to me. I pick and choose my own clientele, and I do not choose you.
Adol relayed Gardner's message.
You serious? Gardner sent you? Guess that means you'll take good care of my work, if nothing else. Well, if Gardner says you're good news, then you're good news. Gotta do what the old guy asks. I can augment your sword, armor, and shield here. Just hand them over, and I'll make them better. Well, if you got enough Ravel ore for the job, anyway. Monsters often get it stuck in their fur or claws and will drop it when killed. Or sometimes it's just lying around. I'll have to charge you a service fee too, though, or else Cynthia's gonna put up a fuss like you wouldn't believe. And the price varies per piece, as we've got this whole quality chart system in place. Don't ask me, it was her idea. So, what have you got for me? You're part of my clientele now, Adol Kristen, so feel free to come on by anytime you need work done. What do you got for me? This the one? Good to go. Gonna need more than that. Gonna need more than that. Gonna need more than that. Come again.
Welcome. Don't be a stranger.
Sorry. I thought you were a monster. But if you're not a monster, then who are you? And what are you doing here?
Adol gave his name and explained that he had come at Ricardo's behest.
Oh, so you're the guy Ricardo got, huh? I don't know where he found you, but you sure do look the part. Okay, thank you. You're a lifesaver, you know that? The mayor's still down in the tunnel as far as I can say. Well, the boss has been searching around the entrance, mainly, but I guess the mayor got himself stuck farther in. But the last time the boss checked in was a while ago. He hasn't come back for so long. I'm starting to get worried. I sure hope the monsters haven't eaten those too. Still gives me chills just thinking about it. Anyway, I really appreciate you coming. Please find Mayor Edgar and old Dewey and bring them out. Alive if you can.
Who might you be? And what in the world are you doing here? Can't say as I've ever seen you around before. You from Valestein Castle? Adol introduced himself and explained that he had come at Ricardo's behest. I see. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm Dewey, the head miner in this quarry. I came here to look for Mayor Edgar, but this is as far as I got. He's in serious danger here, though. I can't just leave him. Unfortunately, the monsters down there are in a class all their own. Sword attacks just bounce right off them. Unless we can find some way of dealing with them, I don't see how we can possibly get the mayor out safely. Maybe check the storehouse. We found some pretty interesting artifacts a while back. Stored them all in there. Locked up tight, but I've got the key right here.
Since you're not a miner, though, I'm guessing you have no idea where the storehouse is located. It's on the other side of the open-air strip mining chamber, that big vertical shaft you pass through. There's a room with 2 doors at the bottom. It's the one on the left. Help yourself to anything you find in there. I hate to be so useless, but I guess the rest is up to you. Thanks muchly, adventurer. You're a good man.
Oh!
Who are you? And what are you doing in a place like this?
Adol introduced himself and explained that he had come to rescue Mayor Edgar.
An adventurer? Well, if you're looking for Mayor Edgar, here I am. Adol, was it? Thank you for coming all this way. I was accosted by monsters and managed to lose them here, but hurt my leg quite badly in the process. I was actually just about to hobble my way into the strange old ruins beyond here when you showed up. They're quite peculiar. I peeked my head in earlier, and I must say I've never seen anything like them before. Adol, I'm sorry to impose upon you even further, especially since we've only just met. But would you be willing to examine these ruins in my place? With my injured leg, I fear what might happen to me should any more monsters attack. But we've come all this way. I know it's rude of me to ask, but I'm sure you're just as curious as I am, no? So please, would you do me this favor?
Stop. My name is Dulan, Shade of the Great Will. I would have you show me your abilities, red-haired swordsman. Slice! Spin! Fly! Slice! Spin! Fly! Dance! Slice! Spin! Dance! Slice! Dance! Burn! Spin! Slice! Fly! Burn! Slice! Spin! Fly! Disperse! Interesting. Is that the best you have to offer? Still, you have an unmistakable spark in your eyes. We cannot afford interference at this crucial juncture. I must report this at once.
What are you doing here?
You don't listen very well. I believe we handed down a royal edict to close the quarry, did we not? If you'd just done as you were told, you wouldn't have gotten hurt. So spare me the lecture. Just do as Lord Maguire asks.
You... I'd wondered what had become of you, but I'd never imagined. You aren't really working for Count Maguire, are you?
Oh, but I am. I'm a devoted knight in service of the great Lord Maguire. Therefore, I'll thank you to keep a respectful tone when you address me. Who goes there? You aren't from Redmont. What business have you here?
Adol gave his name and explained the circumstances of his arrival in Felghana.
A friend of Dogi's? I never thought he'd come back. And certainly not now. No matter. Lord Maguire's orders were explicit regarding the closure of the quarry. If you've come to lead this old man out of here, then I suggest you do so immediately.
Wait! What about Elena? Or do you even care that she's been worried sick about you? She doesn't even know if you're alive or dead.
I've grown weary of playing nursemaid. She's 17. She's old enough to cope without her big brother. You should tell her to forget about me. Hell, coming from you, she might even do it. But where are my manners? It would seem I've forgotten to introduce myself. I am Chester Stoddart, a high-ranking knight in service of Felghana's lord. His Grace, Count Maguire. Adol, was it? As an adventurer, I know you may be tempted, but I'd advise you not to get involved in our politics. That is, of course, unless you are eager to die.
Count Maguire is the Lord of Felghana, though he's not native to this land. He's actually from Rom. From the moment he took power here, he levied exorbitantly high taxes and pressured us into forced labor. Then, a few days ago, he ordered us to shut down Tigre Quarry, the town's primary source of income. Naturally, we refused, since he gave us absolutely no reason. And that's about when you showed up. To think that Chester would willingly serve a man like that. What could possibly be running through his head? He left his little sister behind too, and she hasn't heard a word from him in months. Honestly, I have a hard time believing it. Even now, knowing what I know, I keep thinking it can't be true. And what am I supposed to do? Just tell Elena to try and forget about him? I couldn't possibly agree to that. I'd never be so callous.
No!
Elena, how long have you been listening?
I heard you made it home from the quarry, and that you were hurt. So I thought I'd stop by to check on you, and I overheard your whole conversation. I'm sorry.
Elena! It's good to know Chester's all right, at least. But that's little consolation right now. Ever since they were orphaned 12 years ago, those two have really watched out for one another. Up until about 3 years ago, they lived at my house, and I'd always put Chester in charge whenever I was away. I figured it would teach him to be a responsible young man. Though, honestly, I never did get the hang of raising him. Adol, could I persuade you to look in on Elena for me? Right now, I think she might find it easier to open up to an impartial third party.
Master. Adol. I'm sorry. I've just got a lot on my mind. My brother gave me this pendant. He left it here in a letter for me. On the day he vanished. I guess it makes me feel closer to him when I wear it. But in reality, he was closer than I ever realized all this time. I'm so sorry, Adol. So many horrible rumors have been going around about my brother. And then, to hear the man who raised me confirm them all, I just want to know what's happening and why. He must have a reason, right? Maybe I'm being selfish. I should just be grateful he's alive. In a way, it's like a weight I've been carrying for the last 6 months has been lifted from me. I may not know what's going through his mind just yet, but I do know that if I could talk to him, just talk to him, then things might go back to normal. So, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. But thank you for your concern, Adol. I really do appreciate it.
What to do? With the quarry closed, I'll never get my hands on any Ravel ore. My investors will all drop me, and I'll be ruined. I don't look forward to the mountains of debt that await me when I get back to Ron. Failure. Thy name is Antonio. But wait! You're the type that people randomly send on quests, aren't you? Please, sir, sell me some Ravel ore. If you can find me just enough to keep my backers from breaking my kneecaps, I'll buy it from you at top gold. What do you think? An irresistible offer, no? I swear, I'll pay handsomely. You have to spend money to make money after all. Just 10 pieces. 10 pieces of Ravel.
You actually went into the mines? The scary monster-infested mines? All by yourself? Just to rescue our mayor? It's like you're some kind of mythical hero from a storybook. Your name is Adol, right? I hear you're one of those sword-wielding adventurer types who go around saving the world. Dogi certainly has good taste in best friends, it seems. Here, I have something for you. Think of it as a thank you gift for being so good to Dogi. You really set him on the right path. I think you're just the role model my son needs, too. He's always spouting nonsense and playing practical jokes on people. I just don't know what to do with him. Welcome. That's the one you want? Thank you. That's the one. Thank you. Don't be a stranger. Welcome. Don't be a stranger.
What do you got for me? Come again.
Shutting down the quarry is completely absurd. That quarry is the lifeblood of this town. Our work there has been a source of pride for generations of miners. Why the hell is Dewey allowing this to go through? Why isn't he fighting it? I just realized I've been ranting to a complete stranger. Wait, aren't you that swordsman who rescued my son? Sorry, I've just been thinking about the situation in the quarry a lot lately. And every time it makes my blood boil. Ever since they closed it, the Countsmen have been seen going in and out like they own the place. It's aggravating. That quarry is far too important to this town and everyone in it for us to just look the other way. At any rate, I hear you wiped out all the monsters down there. Even the big ones that nested in the deepest mines. Even if you're not from Redmont, you're a true friend to this town. Here, I've got something for you. I hope my son grows a spine like yours one of these days.
This has become quite serious indeed. Why would Father Pierre go to such a place?
Please forgive me. I should have tried harder to stop him.
My, such blazing red hair. You must be Adol. I've heard murmurings about you amongst the townsfolk. My name is Nicholas. I am head of the Felghana diocese. I was also the town's priest until 3 years ago. Now I serve at the castle. While Father Pierre enlightens the town, I still drop by from time to time, though. Old habits do die hard, as they say. I fear, however, that my visit today may be a bit less transient than usual on account of Father Pierre's absence. Are you familiar with the Ilburn's ruins to the northeast of here? They are the remnants of a temple used by practitioners of a pagan religion from a long-lost era. It would seem that Father Pierre has taken it upon himself to visit that temple for purposes unknown.
It's unsafe in every regard. There's a dormant volcano behind it which has recently become active anew. And popular rumor suggests the place is infested with monsters of all shapes and sizes.
All the more reason for concern. One cannot help but fear the worst. Adol Christian, they say you're the one who rescued Mayor Edgar from the quarry. Is this true? Given your considerable skill, might I humbly request you undertake another such mission to find Father Pierre? Such selfless courage. On behalf of the Church, you have my deepest gratitude. I believe you will be needing this. The Ilburn's ruins are just off the road, to the northeast of here. This key opens the access gate. Please, do whatever you can to ensure the safety of Father Pierre. May God be with you. Fight.
What are you doing here?
I could just as easily ask you that same question, Father Pierre. This is not a fit place for the likes of you. If you value your life, I suggest you leave at once.
Chester, you should at least let Elena know what you're doing. And that you're okay. She's been worried sick. She's never stopped looking for you after all this time. Not once has she lost hope.
That's no concern of yours, Father. Keep sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, and it's liable to get cut off. Well, well. Seems these ruins have a little rat problem.
Adol?
I warned you not to get involved, but since you seem incapable of following orders, you leave me little choice. So, you're not all talk. You actually have some skill, which means I needn't go easy on you.
Stop this, both of you!
I'd advise you to stand aside, holy man. Let's see what you're made of.
Men, seize them!
Well, if it isn't Lord Maguire, may I ask what brings you to such a place, my lord?
What brings me? Why, I merely thought I might come to worship at the seat of my future power. And what should I find when I get here but my top knight dealing with intruders? So, tell me, who are these people?
The clergyman is Redmont's head priest. and the swordsman with the red hair is the latest adventurer to cross these lands.
Oh, an adventurer, you say? A meddlesome priest is bad enough, but an adventurer simply won't do at all. I imagine he hopes to get his hands on my statues. No matter, we will dispose of him here.
If that is your will, my lord, I know of a place nearby that is most suitable for meting out a man's final judgment. I believe you'll find it quite to your liking.
Will I now? Very well then, take me there at once.
As you wish.
A precipice high above the lava pits. Oh, wait. This should make quick work of him. All right, do it.
If you'd simply minded your own business as I ordered, this wouldn't be necessary. But now, your fate is sealed.
How could you? God will never forgive this sinful behavior.
You certainly do like to prattle on, Father. Take him to the dungeon. Chester, you're doing well. I leave the rest in your capable hands.
You honor me, my lord. I shall find the statue here without fail.
So, you've come. It would seem you've acquired 2 of the powers of Genos. I cannot simply allow this to pass uncontested. The blazing jaws of hell itself shall consume you!
That was faster than I'd anticipated. I had every confidence you'd make it back alive. And with the statue, no less. I must admit, I'm impressed. Now, hand them over, both of them. Don't play dumb with me either. I know you're the one who defeated that creature in the quarry.
Chester, don't!
Elena? Dogi? You shouldn't be here. Why have you come?
Sister Nell told us that Adol had come here to look for Father Pierre. Dogi had just returned and was going to follow him, so I came too.
Ugh, no end of trouble, I swear. Freezing my ass off climbing the Elder Mountains with monsters all around me and no equipment worth a damn. So I go back to town to regroup and try again. And what do I hear? The mayor's been hurt and Adol's off at the ruins. And Chester, you've been missing for 6 months? What the hell, man?
Chester, I don't mind that you've become one of Count McGuire's knights. No matter what people say you've done, you're still my brother. If you're truly following your heart, I would never stand in your way. But why? Why are you doing this? Why would you kidnap a priest? Or try to hurt Adol? And how come you never contacted me, even just to let me know you were still alive?
Are you done? I left town because I found the menial existence offered me there to be utterly repugnant. I wasn't thrilled at the prospect of babysitting you for the rest of my life either, Elena.
What?
I thought that if I became one of McGuire's knights, I could move up in the world and make something of myself, as opposed to living a peasant's existence in some backwater town, biding my time until I die of boredom. It was all dragging me down, Elena. Living life in a place where nothing matters is the height of tedium. Not just one element of it either, but every part of every day. You, the town, my past, everything, all meaningless.
What are you saying?
Chester, you son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you?
I could ask the same thing. You have no right to feel indignant, Dogi. I simply chose the same path in life as you. Or have you conveniently forgotten that you abandoned Redmont on a whim 8 years ago? None of us are children anymore. Keep your statues for now. I'm sure they'll be safest in your care. As I said, I became one of Count Maguire's knights to rid myself of my past. That includes you, Dogi. You are no longer a part of my life. I suggest you forget about me and move along. Get in my way and you'll be very, very sorry.
I still can't believe what happened at the ruins. I mean, what can Chester possibly be thinking?
Mayor, I hate to say this, but we have larger concerns at the moment. The closure of the quarry is bad enough, but to threaten a priest on top of it all. Chester's a factor, yes, but I think our first priority should be Maguire. He is indisputably the root of our problems.
Yes. You're right, of course, Bishop Nicholas. Do you have any inkling as to what Count Maguire may be after?
I'm afraid not. But then, he's never been one to talk openly about his affairs. His wife and their 2 children attend morning mass without him always. I do find it hard to believe, though, that he'd try and claim authority beyond that of the church.
What would you suggest we do about Father Pierre, then?
As head of the Felghana diocese, it is my duty to oversee the well-being of all members of the clergy. When I return to the castle, I intend to have a talk with the Count. Fear not. I should be able to secure Father Pierre's release.
Much obliged on that.
I'll leave Father Pierre to you, then. Thank you.
I must say, though, I am a bit concerned about these statues Count Maguire has Chester searching for. May we see the 2 you've found thus far, Adol?
Adol produced the statues from his pack.
Interesting, and very unique.
So, the big critters were guarding these?
I sense an unusual power from within them. It's possible there may be a link between these statues and the recent monster appearances.
What?
How do you figure?
Well, this is pure conjecture on my part. But these 2 come from the quarry and the ruins, both of which seem to be hotbeds for monster activity as of late. And each was guarded by a large creature of unusual strength. Does that not strike you as more than mere coincidence?
You may be right. And if that's the case, we'd be especially foolish to let the Count get his hands on them. I think we should safeguard them until we know exactly what's happening. What's wrong, Dewey?
Oh, nothing. I just get the feeling I've seen these statues somewhere before.
What?
Come on, out with it, Dewey!
I'm thinking. It's not like this was just yesterday. It was down inside the old abandoned mine, if I recall correctly. There was a mural painted on the wall.
Abandoned mine?
It's an old, deep section of the Tigre quarry that we exhausted long ago. Been closed off ever since. We found a really ornate mural painted on one of the walls there. Can't even imagine how old it was, but if memory serves, it depicted 4 statues that looked an awful lot like the ones we've got here.
Could there really be a connection?
Well, it certainly warrants an investigation.
All right! Hey, Adol, what say we split our efforts? I think I have an idea. I'll get my stuff together and return to the Elder Mountains, while you head to the abandoned mine.
Ah, you intend to see Bearheart?
Yeah, the old master. He knows more about Felghana's legends and folklore than anyone else, so he can probably fill in some of the blanks. Plus, he might know something about Chester's situation. He was Chester's master too, after all. He might have some idea why that idiot's been acting like such a jackass.
I'll speak with Chester directly at the castle. He may be more likely to grant Father Pierre's release than Maguire. I'll also see if I can learn anything pertinent about the statues while I'm there.
Sounds like a plan. Hope you can talk your way through that thick skull of his. Adol, I'll catch you later. Good luck in the abandoned mine. Don't get yourself killed without me, you got it? If you have a chance, too, be sure to check in on Elena. I feel so bad for her. Poor kid. Let's make sure we get this all sorted out, for her sake.
All right, Adol. The entrance to the abandoned mine is next to the quarry storehouse, at the bottom of that first vertical shaft. I'll go on ahead and get the door open, since the lock's kinda tricky. Get your stuff together and meet me there, okay?
Are you sure that's wise, Dewey? Monsters aside, remember the quarry's off-limits right now. If Maguire's men catch you there...
It won't be a problem. I'll bring Paul and Ricardo for manpower, and we'll be in and out before anyone's the wiser. Got it, Adol? Don't keep us waiting. You know where we'll be, so hurry up.
Welcome. That's the one you want? Thank you. Don't be a stranger. Welcome. Don't be a stranger.
What do you got for me? This the one? Good to go. Come again.
Don't be a stranger. Almighty God, please deliver me from temptation. Guide my path straight and true, and grant mercy upon the innocent. Lord, Adol? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you come in. I was in the middle of my prayers. If you're here to keep me apprised of things, I'm afraid you're too late. Bishop Nicholas has already filled me in. The situation certainly has gotten quite out of hand. I simply don't understand why the Count would take Father Pierre prisoner. I hope no harm comes to him. And Chester, how could he commit such vile act? I'm sorry, please excuse me. I lost my composure for a moment. You need to be very careful out there, Adol. Something is happening to Felghana. Something most unholy. I can feel it.
Please, wait! Thank goodness I caught you. I wanted to apologize. For what Chester did, I mean. I know it's little comfort, but he's my brother, and I felt I should give you something as an apology on his behalf. It's a family heirloom of sorts. Adoptive family heirloom, anyway. Full of spiritual energy. Supposedly, if you envision one of the old travel monuments while stroking its feathers, you'll be sent right there. Think of it as a very useful good luck charm. As for me, I'll be alright. I've been contemplating all the horrible things my brother's been doing, and I know I should be angry with them, and I am, don't get me wrong. But no matter what, he's still my brother. I'll always love him just the same. He's the only true family I have. So, like I said, I'll be alright. I don't know if I got through to him or not. I just know that I want all this to stop. He's putting himself and everyone else in such danger. Oh, Adol, if you see my brother again on your travels, would you please tell him something for me? Don't go out of your way to find him, of course. I just mean, if you cross paths again. Tell him I said, thank you for the pendant.
Adol silently nodded his consent.
I appreciate it, Adol. I'm such a mess. Crying doesn't help anything. You're headed to the abandoned mine, right? Please, be extra careful. For me, okay?
I speak to thee of a being who came from beyond the sea and defiled this land. We must pray for its erasure from this world, so that future generations may know true peace. With vortices of purest malice, it twists the living into monsters most vile and deranged. Its inhuman powers are enough to subjugate even the lords of the spirit world. Indeed, the mightiest of them turned to dust in its wake, leaving Felghana to rot. Truly, it is a devil, for no hand of man could wreak such despair. Its name, Galbalan. I am Genos. I am a warrior from the west, brought here through divine providence. I sought to sever the devil's grasp on this land, but my sword could only divide it and seal it within the holy treasures. Yet even now, the machinations of the wicked threaten to reunify those heinous remnants. Swordsman, thou art to be my successor. I grant thee a measure of my strength. The treasures number 4 in total. 2 lie herein. 1 lies amidst hellish brimstone, and the last sits high atop a mountain. Thou must make haste, swordsman. The resurrection is nigh.
Suddenly, Adol's surroundings became deathly quiet. Then the mysterious voice could be heard no longer.
What do you got for me? Come again.
Welcome. That's the one you want. Thank you. Don't be a stranger. Welcome. Don't be a stranger.
You want to play a game with me? Really? You'll play? I want to play treasure hunt, except you'll be the hunter and I'll be the pirate who hid all the booty. Avast ye, scallywag! Me treasure's been hid all across this scurvy. There be 4 stashes of rich stuff. If you can find them all, you'll be the king of the pirates! Now go!
Mr. Adam, my little Pickard buddies have been severely under the weather lately. I looked up their symptoms and it sounds like they got themselves some kind... But how? I mean, I've always pampered them and showered them with love and protection. They've never gotten sick on my watch before, and certainly not this badly. They just keep getting weaker and weaker. There's an herb called a berm leaf that grows in the Elder Mountains. It's supposed to be like a Pickard cure-all, but it's kinda rare and hard to find. And I'm way too young and fragile to scale those icy monster-infested slopes. I just don't know what to do. What I need is a hero who'll risk it all for great justice and cute Pickards.
Adol, you made it!
Pierre just got back from the castle a little while ago. Seems Bishop Nicholas made a good case on his behalf, and the Count saw fit to let him go.
Yes, he spoke far kinder things of me than I deserve. I owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude. Unfortunately, Chester was out on an errand for the Count at the time, so no answers were to be had on that front. And the bishop had no luck finding any information on the statues either, I'm afraid.
That is unfortunate. But we shall take the victories we can get. And the bishop is still there, so answers may yet be forthcoming. On another note, how did your investigation of the abandoned mine go at all?
Adol recounted all the events that transpired in the abandoned mine and detailed the items he acquired therein.
Amazing. You're like a magnet for danger.
Genos. And Galbalan. I never thought I'd hear that name again, much less in this context.
You know what it is, then?
It's an old local legend. Long ago, a great and terrible beast known as Galbalan came from across the sea and took control of Felghana. He had the power to transform the people and spirits under his influence into twisted, evil creatures. Or so it goes. But one day, a hero appeared, wielding a mighty sword. He was the warrior, Genos. He borrowed the powers of the gods and fought the beast. And at long last, against insurmountable odds, he won. And that's about the extent of what I know, I'm afraid. Legends like that aren't too popular these days. Barely anyone remembers them, save for old coots like me.
I've certainly never heard it before, but that does remind me. I asked Bishop Nicholas earlier if he happened to know the origin of the Ilburn's ruins. Apparently, it used to be a church of sorts, devoted to some long-lost pagan deity.
Interesting. Given the circumstances of late, it's not unreasonable to suspect there may be a connection. There's also one more thing that bears mentioning. Out in the Siena Bay, there's an old deserted island we've always known by just one name. Genos Island. There was once a small village there, but it was ravaged and destroyed by disease 12 years ago.
What?
It happened 3 years before you arrived, so I'm not surprised you wouldn't know about it. Genos Village never had many dealings with Redmond, and the whole tragedy was so terrible. People rarely discuss it. I don't know much about the disease that killed them all, though, I'm afraid. According to the official statement from Valestein Castle, it was some sort of extremely severe fever.
This doesn't instill a lot of hope. An island named for the hero who defeated Galbalan, totally annihilated. The voice Adol heard is seeming less and less implausible, and more frightening.
Indeed. Adol, Dogi's gone to speak with his master, Berhard. Perhaps you should meet with Berhard as well. He's a rather eccentric man who's chosen a life of near solitude and devoted himself to studying the land's folklore. There's no one in Felghana who'd be more likely to know about Genos, Galbalan, the statues, and maybe even that voice.
I believe I'll return to the castle and update Bishop Nicholas on what we've discussed here. If you decide to follow Dogi, Adol, I suggest you exercise caution. The Elder Mountains are not hospitable.